What's up, YouTube? It is Mike with Grinding Gears Garage once again. We are going to start part 2 of our swing arm rear end rebuilding of our LT250r that I'm restoring. Today we're going to focus on our swing arm bearings. Of course, we're using all balls. They're local to us, about 10-15 minutes away, so we try and plug them as much as possible, support your local businesses. So we're going to go over procedure of replacing these. The look of everything might change a little bit because we're going to pull the bearings out, strip the whole swing arm. I'm going to be polishing it and getting it cleaned up because it's super dirty right now. So this video may not come out right away because I'm going to be taking it apart, cleaning it, putting it back together. So if things look a little bit different, it's probably going to be filmed in 2 parts. So now, since we got the swing arm removed from the four-wheeler, we left the wheels and tires on. As you can see, it stands quite nicely. I'm going to grab a bucket and kind of support the swing arm so nothing can really fall over, nobody can get hurt. So we're going to go ahead and get things set up and start on removing our swing arm bearings. Now the All Balls kit that we bought comes with replacement everything. It even has these oil seals. So depending on the kit that you buy dictates what you need to save. So take a look at your kit, see what you need to save, because if there's some things in there that you don't need to save or you do need to save, you really got to pay attention so you're not digging through your trash can trying to find parts that you need. I've been there and done that. It sucks. So these 2 caps come off the inside here. They go against your engine. So we're going to pull them off, set them aside. I'm going to grab a hammer and a punch. We're going to try and drive this sleeve out. So we got our hammer here and our punch. We'll be very gentle. Don't want to drive anything too crazy hard. We're going to grab that real quick. So here is, there's like a seal almost and another sleeve here. Be mindful of where everything goes and where it came from. Our kit has all of this. If yours doesn't, try not to break it like I did. So we're going to keep driving this out. Oh, look at that. Our swing arm bearing is coming apart in the process. We set these aside. So there we go. We have our needle bearing here, which whoever did this wasn't very bright. They put both seals on the outside. It's supposed to go bearing, seal, bearing, seal. Not sure why it's like that. But as you can see and listen, these bearings aren't in the best of shape. Looks like nothing was really lubricated when it was put together. So now that we got one side out, we're going to set all these parts off to the side. We're going to flip the swing arm over and go ahead and clean out, remove the parts from the other side. So now that we have the swing arm flipped over, we're going to repeat the process for the other side. This side may have to be pressed out. It's pretty rusty on this side, so we'll see if she moves. Huh. Yeah, whoever did these bearings is a little goofy. The seals are on one side. So we got all of our parts out. We're going to grab a sanding drum, put it on our Dremel, clean this pocket out as best as we can. Want to remove all the rust and all the gunk out of it we can. Grab a rag, clean it up, and then we're ready to install our new bearings. Now you want to remember, as you're taking these out, you drove these from the outside in, so when we reinstall, everything's going to go in from the inside. Just a note you want to take before you get too far ahead of yourself, forget how things go back together. So we got our swing arm back from powder coating. It looks nice and clean. So we have our All Balls kit here. So we are going to go ahead and reinstall our swing arm bearings. They're kind of the same as our shock linkage, so we're going to have to get some suspension grease, which I have sitting here. So this is just red lithium grease, meant for like suspensions and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get everything set up. We're gonna pack our bearings, reinstall them into the swing arm, and then that'll be it. We're gonna put it back in the quad and finish up the rest of the rear bearings and bushings. So we have all of our parts laid out here. This is kind of how the order they go. We placed one of the seals already on this sleeve, and this is going to go in the swing arm from the inside. And then this flange here sits kind of flush to the inside part of the swing arm. This is where your motor is going to sit. And then your bearing obviously sits on the shaft. Then the seal sits on the other side of the bearing, helps keep the grease packed inside this bearing. Then you have this like bronze or brass sleeve, then this hardened sleeve, and then this dust cap. And it's going to go, these press in, so it's going to be a tight fit like that. And then the cap goes on the outside. And those are going to go on either outside, and that pinches between your frame. So I just wanted to go over that quick just so you guys can see it, the order, how everything goes. We're going to set the camera up and go ahead and start installing our swing arm bearings. Now for the install, I forgot to take a clip of us pressing in the bearings. But these sleeves here, they go in from the outside, and then this gold ring, when I laid everything out I had it backwards. This brass ring goes on the inside here and gets pressed in, and then, where do I have them? Here they are. These then go on the inside here, like this. We had everything a little bit backwards when I laid it out the first time, but thankfully I double checked before we went too far. So I'm going to press this brass piece in, flip it over, set the camera up, flip it over, and press this brass piece in. Just using our bench vise here. You can use a floor press. I don't think it's 100% necessary, just because this goes in fairly easy. So make sure I'm not pinching the rag. There we go. It's all pressed in. So now we're going to flip it over and do the other side. So we got the bearing, seal, and the ring installed. Now we're going to go ahead and go over to the quad. These really don't stay in place. They kind of flop around. So we're just going to put those in as we slide the bolt through. Obviously, you're going to either, if your engine's still in place, the engine goes between here. We have to build an engine for this, so we're just getting a roller together so we can store it a little easier. I got crap on my powder coat. But that's pretty much it. We're going to go ahead and just toss it in the newly powder coated frame so you guys can take a look at it. Nice and clean. We used an Eastwood powder coat. It is a Ford dark blue. It's going to look really nice with the yellow and the silver that we did on the swing arm. So we have our swing arm in place here. Now try and remember that this part here comes up. This is where your brake line was attached to. So just remember these small things. The bolt comes in from the right side of the quad through all the bushing. Now we don't want to forget your dust caps. Obviously your engine will still be in place here as well if you have not removed that. Now we have just applied a little bit of grease to our swing arm bolt to help keep it from seizing to the inner part of the swing arm. And then on the left-hand side of the quad, you just have your washer and your nut. And at the bottom of the screen on the video, I'll put the torque rating for this nut. I don't remember off the top of my head. And like I said, at the bottom of the screen, I'll put the torque value. So there we go. We got a new swing arm, and we have our linkage here. We were just waiting on some parts to finalize this, but this is going to go here. Over at the camera so you can see. It's going to get mounted like this through here. The bracket that bolts your shock bolts here, and that bracket that goes across mounts here and to back here, which we actually still have that. Yeah, so this is going to go in here like that. And you guys get the point. I don't have to show you. That goes in there like that. That goes like that. Your shock bolts back here, which we're in our next video. We're going to modify our LTZ shock to fit onto here so we can run that instead of our worn out. Actually, it wasn't even a LT shock. I'm not sure what it was. It was a homemade rig, but we're waiting on a new piece to come for this. Our bearings are totally foobar and we can't get them out. But thanks for watching, guys. It's once again Mike, Grinding Gears Garage, working on our LT250 restoration. Next video in the series is going to be replacing the bearings in this, and then after that modifying LTZ 400 shock to work. So thanks for watching. As always, please subscribe, like the video, shoot us any questions on Facebook if you have any. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.